Hello everybody, this is James Ayala, and this is my Project 3 video review of our live training this week. And this week in our live training video we talked about image views and errors. So one thing that I want to point out about image views is you really need to keep track of your images, and this might be basic to a lot of people, but for some people, keeping order of your images is important for a couple reasons, but the main reason is because you have to figure out what you're going to use your images for. For example, I have images outside of a folder and I have a bunch of images inside this folder, or inside this folder. So the images inside this folder, I knew that I was going to loop through and I was going to use every single image in that folder. So I know that that folder I was going to loop through and I was going to use all the images. So what that means is I don't want to have any other images that I might be using for my program or application to be in that folder, because then once I loop through, they're going to add them, and I don't want them. For instance, if I close this window, this is an image right here. This is tweed.png. I wouldn't want this in there. I could put it in there, and then I could add, this is the background image right here. I could add the extension to that folder before that and add that in there, and I could access that for this, but whenever I go to open gallery, it's also going to show up in my thumbnails. So let's say that I wanted to click one of these and it go to another gallery, which right now it's just a blank view, but if I wanted to have another gallery, I would have to create another folder with images in it, so that whenever I loop through that and had a second gallery, all of these images didn't. So it's a good thing to pay attention to where you're putting your images. That's what I learned today, or this week, about image views. And another thing that we learned about was errors. And one error that I'm going to just go through, because I'm sure everybody has had it, is leaving a bracket off. Once you get all this code right here and you leave one bracket off, the code that you get is, it'll say my last line here is 170. I don't know why 175 isn't showing up, but it'll say error message at 176 or 175, and there's nothing after that. So it would be, yeah, 176. It would say error at 176, and you're like, well, there's nothing after that. And a good hint is there's a bracket left off somewhere, and something is just continuously running and it's not closed out. So that's my video review, and I will see you all next week.